My friends used to think board games were boring, and now they're begging for game nights. Welcome back to 9 to 5 Gamers, and today we're talking about gateway games. So what is a gateway game? These are the types of games that are super easy to play, don't have a lot of rules, don't take a lot of time. They're the perfect games to get your friends into the hobby. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to start their own collections or anything, but they will. No, I'm just joking. They probably won't, but this is a good way for them to get them into the hobby and get them to want to start playing games and experimenting with different games. This is Salt Fjord. Don't give them this game. So let's get into the list. Number 10 on my list is Lords of Waterdeep. Lords of Waterdeep, it's not my favorite game because I've played it a good amount and it's just a very vanilla game as a gamer. But as somebody who's never played any games that are like worker placement, this is a perfect game to introduce people into worker placement style games. It's very easy. It's just collecting cubes from different places and then fulfilling contracts. It's awesome. Another game you could probably also try is Flamecraft. That one takes a little bit of time. I don't know if Lords of Waterdeep is longer than Flamecraft or Flamecraft is longer than Lords of Waterdeep, but Flamecraft just looks prettier and it's kind of like worker placement. Super easy, super simple. Number 9 on my list is a new game called Orbit, which is not really a new game, I don't think. I think it's a Reiner Knizia game that was remade possibly, or maybe it is a new game. I don't know, but it's from Bitewing Games and it's really, really cool. I got to play this at Dice Tower East this year, and man, it was such an easy game. You are literally on your turn just playing cards. The cards have a number, that's how many spaces you move, and there's a symbol for a different planet and you move that colored planet. And the goal is to just get your UFO to touch every single colored planet and get back to your colored planet at the end. And so whoever could do that first is the winner. It's kind of like a little bit of a racing game, but it's just really mechanically easy to understand. It's got some extra little rules to it, but it is super gateway friendly, very easy to get people into the hobby. I love Orbit. Get yourself a copy of this game as soon as you can. It's super fun. Next, number 8 on my list is The Quest for El Dorado. This is one of my favorite games to teach people the deck building genre. Now, if you want something that's a little bit simpler and you feel like your friends won't really jump into Quest for El Dorado, you could try Dominion as well. That's a very vanilla, easy, like you're just buying cards and building a deck and trying to win duchies and points. But this one's really cool because it mixes the deck building mechanic. It mixes the deck building mechanic with racing. And so you are playing cards to move across this map of sorts. And as you play cards, you can move to different terrain types, but then you want to buy new cards so that you can move further through the terrain because it gets more difficult to traverse the longer you go through it. And it's got variable setup, so every time you guys do play it, you can play on a different map, which is super, super cool. The next game on my list is number 7, and that is Caesar's Empire. Ever since Chrissy recommended this on Dice Tower, man gave this game like a 10 out of 10. I was like, there's absolutely no way. And it actually was. Now, it's not a 10 out of 10 for me. I think it's like a 9 out of 10. It's super good, though. And the reason I like this game is because it's route building, but it's so easy to teach. There was people at Dice Tower that were pulling out, getting ready to play the game. And I was like, hey, you want me to teach this? Boom, boom, boom. Taught the game in like 5 seconds. And they already got how to play it and didn't really have any questions. It's got a little bit of set collection. It's got some route building. But it's a really, really fun game where all roads lead to Rome in the center of the map. And you got to build out your routes, and every time you place one of your little route pieces, you count backwards to Rome, and that's how many points you score. And so you're just trying to stop each other from scoring. It's just really fun. It's got some great interaction at the table, which I really, really like. Caesar's Empire is amazing. Next game on my list, number 6, is going to be Splendor. In all of its forms, it is amazing. I don't think there's a version of Splendor that is not good. And they just got better from like original to like the next iterations. I like if you have like, they have one for everybody. Like if you like Marvel, they have a Marvel Splendor and it doesn't change up the rules significantly. It just adds some extra little things that you got to do with the little green chips, the time stones. But yeah, that one's cool. You're trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet. They have a Pokemon one. So if you're playing with Pokemon people, you get to evolve your cards, which is pretty cool mechanic. If you're playing with only 2 people, they got got Splendor Duel. That one's a little bit not as gateway. That one's a little step up above that, which I'll be making a video for. Speaking of making extra videos, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button because it helps the algorithm to get these videos out to more people. But in the meantime, just hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you are feeling generous, become a member of the channel or check out my Patreon or my Ko-Fi. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. This game is awesome. We're talking about Splendor, and I just think all of them are really, really good. So get a copy of Splendor and teach your friends because it is perfection for gateway-friendly games. Number 5 is King of Tokyo. King of Tokyo at my house is known as Smackies. The reason why is because King of Tokyo is literally a King of the Hill game where everybody plays as a different monster and whoever is in Tokyo is kind of the King of the Hill. And the idea is that while they're in there, they just score points as long as it gets back around to their turn. They'll just continue to accumulate points. But the cool thing is, once you're the King of Tokyo, you can attack everybody, but then you getting attacked by everybody. So it's kind of fun. But you're also rolling dice, and sometimes those dice will have numbers on them. If you can match 3 of the same number, that's how many points you get. So 3 1s will get you 1 point, 3 2s, 2 points, 3 3s, 3 points. And so you're trying to get to 20 points, or you could go the dark route, which is usually my friend's favorite route. And that's just beating each other into bloody pulps. And that is just fun for people because one of the symbols on the dice, because you're just chucking these dice, and one of the symbols is a little hand. That's why they called it Smackies. They're like, I did 5 Smackies. And so, like, that's just what the game has been called and dubbed in my house because it's just a ton of fun chucking dice, smacking each other. And it's got player elimination, but the game is usually pretty quick, so those things don't really even matter that much. And they can go and get a snack or something, go to the bathroom, and then come back and watch the mayhem. That's the good thing about King of Tokyo. It's just as much fun to watch as it is to play, and so that is my number 5. Number 4 on my list is Marvel United. Marvel United is literally one of the easiest games in the world to play. On your turn, you draw a card, you play a card. Done. That's how you play the game, and your job is to just kill the boss. There's obviously some things you have to explain when it comes to like the objectives. There's 3 objectives. We complete 2 of them, and then we can damage the boss, and then we just beat the boss. But your symbols on your cards are pretty simple. There is a star, which lets you do something heroic and save a person. There's a fist, which lets you punch bad guys. And then there's also a green arrow that lets you move to different locations. And then there's a wild symbol, which counts as any of the 3 symbols that we just said. Since that's been said, that's pretty much how you play the game, right? Like, that's it. And then there's some special abilities. It's Marvel, so like a lot of people can who like Marvel will pick their favorite characters and things like that. You can get Marvel United for like 20 bucks. It's produced by Spin Master, and I think like a brand new game. I've seen it as cheap as $15, and there is a lot of value in that $15 board game, let me tell you that. And your friends will love it. It's so simple to play, it's so easy, and they're just gonna want to be on repeat with that game. It is phenomenal. I love Marvel United. Plus, you can expand on it. So once you guys finish up and you get tired of the same characters, you could buy another like $20, $30 expansion that adds more characters, more villains for you to play against, and you can mix and match. So, you know, you've got the core set of characters, but then you can just port those into the other expansions to play against those villains. Super good. Really love Marvel United. Number 3 is Quax of Quedlinburg. Quax of Quedlinburg, or as it's known right now, Quax. The brand new version of this game came out. Let me tell y'all something, because there's a lot of people who are up in arms over the change in the artwork. They're like, the new artwork is uninspired, it's so ugly. And no, the original artwork is ugly. It's hideous. It's got that Hansa Titana, Castles of Burgundy, that when it first came out, like, it's got this crazy medieval European looking, like, it's not pretty. It's not. Quax, the new version, has 3D artwork, which looks pretty cool. I think it's more appealing to a more modern board gamer than the old Quax. Now, I like the original Quax artwork. I think there was more, like when it came to like the idea of it being uninspired, I would actually kind of agree with that, because I think there was more work put into the original, and I feel like the new one is just, it's kind of blah. But the better thing about the new version is if you buy the deluxe version, which I think retails from somewhere between 50 and 60 bucks, you get deluxe components, these little chips that are resin. I think they're resin or plastic. The original one just comes with cardboard pieces that you put inside of a bag. This one comes with the plastic ones. Those upgrade bits for the original were $60 by themselves. So the $60 version of Quax, the deluxe version, is such a steal for the price. You have to get it. What is this game about anyway, just in case you're wondering? Quax is a game where you play as, like, basically these weird doctors that are trying to come up with new potions and things like that. And so you have this little cauldron in front of you, and basically you have a bag full of little chips. You've got a bunch of white chips, which are the ones that make your potion explode, and you've got other chips that you're going to be buying throughout the game, so it's like a bag builder. You're buying chips, put them into your bag, and then you're pulling them out blindly and placing them into your potion. And each one has a number on it, which tells you how many spaces to move it forward before placing it, and then from that last one you place the next one, and you're just trying to go down this swirled pathway, and the further along that pathway you get with the chips, the more points and the more currency you get to buy new chips and points towards winning the game. But if you pull out too many of the white chips, you can make your potion explode. Then you'll only get one of the 2 rewards that are printed, and that is a huge, huge nerf. So you don't want that to happen to you. It's just a really fun push your luck game, and it comes with so many fun laughs, and it's simultaneous play if you trust everybody. If you don't trust everybody, you'll have to play turn by turn, and it'll take forever. But if you trust everybody and just say, yo, we're going to use the honor system, we all play at the same time, pull out the chips, put them on our board, and said, all right, what'd you all get? Like, that's how good the game is. It's so great. I love Quax. Number 2 on my list is Survive the Island. Survive the Island is phenomenal. This is the meanest game on the face of this planet, but it is so much fun. I've taught this to so many people, and everybody that I've taught it to has loved it, and it's a very easy game too. What do? Well, you've got your little colored meeples, depending which color you chose. So if you're red, you got a bunch of red meeples, and they're on this island, and you're trying to get them off the center island to the corners of the map using rafts. But there are monsters in the ocean that are going to eat meeples, and so you've got to be careful how you move your characters. So on your turn, you can move up to three times. You have three movements, and then that's it. After that, you roll a die to see which of the, or you're supposed to take one of the island pieces, which as you take an island piece off, it starts to shrink and deteriorate the island. You could even pull out a tile from under somebody's meeple, and when you do that, their meeple falls into the water, and if that tile happens to spawn a monster, it just automatically eats the person that was there, depending on which monster spawn. Then you roll a monster die, and you get to move a monster, and so you can control the monster and make it attack your friends, which is so fun and so hilarious. You guys are gonna have a blast playing this game. I love Survive the Island. There's a bunch of cool little expansions, including a monster expansion, the best friends expansion, which just adds like 2 extra little meeples per color that they have little hearts on them, and then if you get them both off the island, the only problem is you don't know, because you can't look at each of your meeples, so you don't know how much points each meeple is when you place them out. We like to do it randomly, but some people like to actually look at it at first when you're placing them, so you know where your people are. But however you want to play it, there's so much flexibility to the game. It's super fun. Love Survive the Island. It's my number 2. And my number 1, let me tell y'all something.
Let me tell you.
Hot Streak is probably the greatest. This is probably a party game. I don't even know if it qualifies for a gateway game, but I love this game. Like, if you really want to get your friends and you want to put on a show and you want to get your friends to come back for game night every single time, Hot Streak is one of the best games out there. And the reason why I say that is because Hot Streak is just like, listen, I'll tell you, Hot Streak is going to make it on so many lists this year because I played it at Dice Tower East, and it is ready, set, bet, but easier. Camel up, but easier. I don't even know what other games to describe here, but easier. It is one of the easiest racing games I've ever played, and it's really cool because you're just betting on mascots that are racing across a football field. But the betting is very easy. You just take a ticket of the thing you want to bet on. It's like, do I want to bet on the hot dog or do I want to bet on the fish, right? You choose what you want to bet on, and then you just take in money afterwards, right? You don't really lose money in this game. There's like 1 or 2 cards that will make you lose like $5 in the game, but not a lot of them do. And it's cool because when you take a bet, you can bet on a character and go the safe route and say no matter what place they come in, whether it's first, second, or third, they're going to get some money. If they get fourth, they get nothing. But at least I'll make some money. But if you flip it on the risky side, it's like, if I get first, I get $15. And then the cool part is, after everything is said and done, you're playing these cards that can either hurt certain mascots by making them turn around or fall off the map and stuff like that. It's really, really funny. And so you're playing cards to either sabotage other mascots that you don't want to win, or trying to boost up and help the mascots you do want to win, the ones that you're betting on. And that you create like a deck where you kind of already know what's in it, but then everybody has 3 cards, and from those 3 cards, they're playing cards into this deck, but you only see the deck once at the beginning of the game. You see what cards are in it, so you know there's like 5 hot dog cards in there. I know the hot dog's going to do great this match. So then other people are like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure that the hot dog turns around. Then all of those cards that say move forward 3 spaces, when he turns around, you're moving backwards 3 spaces. So it's like there's so much sabotage. There's table talk, so you can actually talk with people at the table and just be like, well, how confident are you in the hot dog right now? And I keep saying the hot dog because I always bet on the hot dog. But it's like, how confident are you that the hot dog's going to win? And they're like, I'm really confident. And then so you guys are like working together to try to boost up the hot dog. So it's so much fun. I love Hot Streak. Guaranteed, this is just one of those stupid fun games that will get people into gaming. This is not the game that you play with a bunch of gamers. They're just going to be like, this game is stupid and it's not fun, and they're going to be all snooty. I think I said snooty's a word, right? Snooty? Snooty is a word. They're going to be snooty. They're going to be filled with snoot. And I don't like that. So don't play this game with stuck up people who only like Euro games. They're not going to have a great time, right? But people who just want to come over the house and have a game night and have a good time, and those people, you want them to leave and come back, you're going to play Hot Streak, right? If you don't want them to come back, play Feast for Odin. Watch how fast they don't come back, right? Watch. You'll rue the day. That's right. You'll rue it. Anyways, thank you for tuning into this video. And if you like this video, leave a comment and tell me, what are your favorite gateway games? Like, what are the games that you got into the hobby with that kind of brought you in? That's a different list for me, but I want to know from you, what are your favorite gateway games to teach people that always work in getting people back to the table? Because at the end of the day, that's what board games are all about. It's about community and getting people to the table. And I had an invisible mouse in my hand because I thought I was holding the mouse, but it was actually this weird boat from Saltfjord. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. See you guys later.